This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Wolverine Power Cooperative and Great Lakes Energy. Your local electric cooperative is looking out for you. And by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services.
You are seeing the play develop right in front of you there on a second down run by the Mohawks, pinned back in their own zone, near their own end zone. Now loss on that play right there as McBain's defense stiffens again. You're watching fourth quarter action here from McBain here on 26 Sports and CCTV. I'm Dan Gussard, and up here in the booth with me tonight is Jim Frito. Third down and 9 from, what is that, maybe the 6-yard line, their own 6?
Yeah, it's about where it looks like.
So the end of the third quarter ended with the McBain with a pretty solid drive, but turned it over on downs very deep in Morley's zone. And so far, McBain's defense has done what you want them to do, and that is get the ball right back for your offense. And, a good job by the Morley team, coaching staff included. We tried to run the ball. They didn't want to do anything to create a turnover because their defense been pretty solid too, Jim.
Absolutely. As evidenced by the low-scoring game.
So Drew Jensen punting from his own end zone, and Garrett Verberkmos back deep for McBain, and Cade Brown about 15, 20 yards in front of him. We'll see where this punt goes. McBain's been close to getting a few on the block too. Not this time. So 32 for Morley. Xavier Raven downs that. Xavier is, I was able to confirm here between quarters, the son of Bob Raven and Andrea. Bob's a Pine River graduate, so is Andrea. Nice people. I had the great fortune to coach Andrea in girls basketball. Oh, I'm not going to tell when that is, but it was a little while ago. Just nice people. Bob, a heck of a ball player himself in the day. His dad, Ted Raven, former athletic director, principal, pretty much do everything. Just a nice, quality individual employee and a long-time Pine River Buck. I'm sure pretty darn proud of his grandson, Xavier, here tonight. 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. McBain in golden position here to stretch their lead. Second down and a couple as we've got a whistle on the play here. See what it is. Somebody's got an equipment thing that needs to get taken care of. It looks like Ethan Barton is jumping off the field, and Justin Camphouse is replacing him. Usually that's kind of probably you don't have a mouth guard in, or some chin straps not snapped. Not sure what that is, Jim.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell.
So Rodenbaugh takes this snap. He keeps it and runs right up the middle. Looked like Trevor Underhill along with number 44 in there, Jim. That's Jensen, Alec Jensen.
Good stick.
He does get the first down. Nice round of applause from the McBain crowd here for that. Okay, so here we go. McBain signals in the play from the sidelines again. Coach Maloney gets that into Daniel Rodenbaugh, who's playing quarterback here for quite a bit of the second quarter and all of the third. There's this pass attempt is just a little bit in front of incomplete pass. Rodenbaugh over there.
Well, had he made that catch, he had a little room to
nice
run.
One-handed attempt on his part.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's going to bring up second down and 10. McBain with that 3-point lead just. Scoring started tonight with the Mohawks drawing first blood with a field goal in the first quarter. late in the second quarter, McBain gets a nice drive going, and they put it in the end zone finally to go up 6-3. The two-point conversion failed. And that's all the scoring we've had here tonight, Jim.
Yep. Balick and Jensen on that last tackle called their names a lot tonight. They're all over the field.
Big play here is 4-down territory, third and maybe 3.5, 4 yards. Daniel Rodenbaugh in the shotgun here. He easily picks up the first down, and now there's a couple of late flags, really late. We'll see how this all gets sorted out, Jim.
Boy, that looked like a pretty solid run there. He drug a couple guys for a yard or two.
We'll see what this is. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct, I'm going to guess, as late as the flags were thrown. There were 2 flags thrown, so officials are having that discussion right now. They're going to let us know what it was. Either way you slice it, though, it was a great run by Rodenbaugh.
Yeah, for sure.
No signal yet. And still no signal. Yeah, that happens sometimes, especially early in the year. It's early for the officiating crew, too.
That's right.
Personal foul against McBain, and one against Morley, offsetting.
Oh, okay.
So, the result, sent both of the players off the field right there for probably one play. Yep. So, that'll make the play stand. I believe. Don't think it. Yep, they're moving the chains now. Well, maybe not. Maybe they're discussing this here. We see the 2 officials out there. Hey, while they're bringing it up, we want to let everybody know that little story earlier on. Jason Main, who's doing the broadcast up in Lake City, many years ago, Jimmy bought a tree online. It was supposed to grow something like, I don't know, 1.5 feet a week or 1.5 feet a day. I can't remember, some astronomical number. And planted it, and that darn tree didn't grow for the longest time. So one night, Jim and I decided we'd go over and visit Jason's tree. We put our lawn chairs out around the tree, and Jason come out wondering what we're up to. We told him we were there to watch the tree grow.
That's great.
If I remember right, Jim, wasn't it that when planting of the tree, as it was shipped to Jason, all the root systems were in a plastic bag, and he forgot to take the bag out?
I think you're right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that was a lot of fun. Jason's a good sport.
He is, and I tell you what, he's a heck of an individual. He does a lot of volunteering stuff, coaching-wise in the Cadillac area. Just a good egg, and I know he had a lot of tree damage in his property. Nothing to the house, though, thank goodness.
Yep.
So, officials have moved the ball down. It is 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. 8:32 to go. Jim and I, unfortunately for all you folks, have had to do a lot of talking here in the last couple of minutes as the officials are straightening out this penalty situation. We want to, before this play comes in, thank some of our sponsors: Pizza Plus, McBain Family Pharmacy, LC Materials, Cadillac Tire, Fox Motors. Our presenting sponsors: Munson Healthcare System, Cadillac Hospital, Wolverine Power Cooperative, and Great Lakes Energy. Thank you to those area businesses for helping us with some donation to help you bring this broadcast to you. We got a timeout now, Jim. So while we got a timeout, I'm going to just read off a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff here for everybody. First off, DVD. If you want to get some DVDs, we got a couple of different options. You can get a single game. You can get tonight's game. You can get box sets of Cadillac, Manton, McBain, Niesick, Lake City. You can also get all 16 games that 26 Sports and CCTV crew covers. So, Jim, your wife could get all 16. Or if she wants, she could just get tonight's broadcast so she can see you going to town. Anyway, those DVDs, everybody, they help support the cost of the equipment. Our supervisors, some meals for our student camera people. Just a nice way to help offset our costs. And they make some pretty good gifts. Heard a lot of good feedback last year from the DVD stuff. We also want to let everybody know, if you're watching the broadcast, this game will air again Saturday at 4 o'clock. Here we go. Big play, Jim. First and goal from the 5. Vandenbosch doesn't get much there.
Kevin Phillips on the stop on
Kevin
from
Phillips,
Morley.
he's a junior.
That was a big stop.
That was. So back to McBain signaling in the play right here. Daniel Rodenbaugh, the rest of the McBain receivers, back crew, check out the sleeves, get the plays, the routes they're going to look to. And here we go. Bobbled snap. So he's got a few positive yards there, Jim. I couldn't see who got the tackle. Did you get that?
I could not tell. There was just a sea of humanity down there. And
tackled by number 64, Logan Griffiths.
We'll give that to Griffiths, number 64 then.
I think Cody
I'm
Ramirez
sure
had
he
a
was
hand
pretty
on
much
it, too.
in on a lot of tackles here tonight.
Yeah,
third and 3 now. That Morley defense looks pretty solid here. So we saw a Rodenbaugh run right and a Rodenbaugh run left. I'm wondering if we might see that little bit of that jet sweep handoff here. And it is not. It's just another Rodenbaugh going the other side. Once again, Morley is able to slow him down.
Boy, he's close.
He is close. Good safe play coverage
Yep.
or play calling here by Coach Maloney and the McBain staff. They're just inching their way down. They've got faith in their offensive line that Morley can't keep them out after 4 plays. 4th and maybe 1.5. Scoreboard says 2, but I don't think it's that far.
Boy, I don't think so. But Morley's D-line has been playing really tough in this drive here. And but credit goes to McBain on there. They're inching it down, and
So
it's close.
We've got Bonico. Dan Bonico switches to the strong side this time, and they run away from him.
It does not look like he got it.
I think it's a turnover on downs again. That would make Jim 2 straight possessions that McBain has got inside the 5-yard line, and Morley shut him down.
That's right. That's right. Morley's defense rising to the occasion on that.
So we'll see if McBain's able to return the favor, as we are definitely seeing a slugfest at defense here.
Oh, yeah. Both lines are really, really just struggling against each other, pushing and shoving and scratching and clawing about everything down there.
It's one of those old Woody Hayes and Bo Schembechler type games here. 3-5 yards in a cloud of dust.
That's
Morley takes the timeout here. And while they do that, let's mention our crew out there. Jim, we got Jake Fulis and Remington Hernandez on cameras. I think we'll put you there next week. What do you think? Can you hold the camera steady?
Oh, that'd be pretty rough.
In the truck, nice and warm tonight, as it's cooled down a little bit here, is Wyatt Van Dynen and Morris Langworthy. They're doing all the directing graphics and all those kinds of things here. Nice job by that team. Wow, what a defensive effort here by Morley. You got to take your hats off to him.
Absolutely.
As McBain has had the better of the field position in the second half, and they just have not been able to capitalize.
Yeah, McBain's driven the ball, got it inside the 10 a couple times, and when you can't get any points for sustained drives like that, it takes a little wind out of the sail. But then again, Morley's playing really, really tough along the line there the last couple drives, and got to give him credit for that.
This looks like one of those games that's going to maybe come down to the last possession, or maybe a big mistake, whether that's a turnover or a missed tackle kind of thing. As we are under 6 minutes to go. And here we go. A little pitch out this time. We haven't seen a lot of that out of the Morley offenses. Most of their runs have been direct handoffs. And caught McBain a little bit off right there as they were able to gain 5 yards maybe?
Yeah, 5-6.
Number 24, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 22, Caden McGillis, number 24, George Brown.
Caden McGillis on that tackle, along with George Brown the third. 2nd and 4 for Morley Stanwood.
Keeps it on the outside, nobody there. Burkos tries to go for the legs, nothing, misses. Camphouse only hold right now. He misses.
Vandenbos finally brings quarterback Ethan, I keep saying Ethan, Trevor Underhill with a big gain. You know what we saw, Jim? As the last possession, we saw 3 runs by Bielik right up the middle. In this possession, good job of coaching, play calling by Morley as they run a little bit of a pitch to the right. And then a quarterback keeper coming back this way. Just something we hadn't seen for this game.
That's right, mixing it up really good. Keeping the McBain defense off balance.
1st and 10 from the 35. Another pitch. Burkmos finally brings him down. I think he's going to lose yardage as they tumble into the Morley Stanwood bench.
Solid D by the McBain strong side on that. They stretched the play all the way to sideline, and it was a 0 net gain on that for Morley.
Caleb Altman coming in for McBain. I think there's a flag on the play. We'll get that straightened out. Hopefully it won't take as long as the last one, but don't mean to complain. Our officials tonight have done a very, very good job. Appreciate those folks doing that too. That's not an easy job to do.
Oh, no.
So next week, September 7th, we have one truck out. We'll be right back here in McBain as Lake City comes to town. That'll be opening conference game for both teams in the Highland Conference. And I'm sure McBain will be looking for a little revenge as Lake City beat them twice last year, including first game of state high school playoffs for a Lake City team that had a very good, solid playoff run last year. So McBain will be looking to get them back. So if you're not doing anything, come on out to McBain next week or check it out on air.
Number 24, the ball carrier.
Bielik again with that carry. Gets 5. Nice job, I think, here by the McBain coaching staff. Just kind of rotating a player in and out here. Just to kind of keep some guys fresh up front here. And how about Morley? Pinned way back about the 2-yard line, and they are at midfield, even if they don't get a first down, Jim.
Right. No, they're putting together a nice drive here.
And Shirley flipping field position. Oh, that was deflected or slid out of his hand. I couldn't tell which. Could you?
It almost looked like it slipped when he went back to throw.
Could be a little bit of that dew maybe from the night air now. I don't know.
Yep.
Third and 5 here. Big play in this game as we are down to 3:33 to go in a 6-3 game here from McBain. How's the salmon fishing been, Jim? What's the word?
Yeah, they're picking a few up now in Frankfort. Some quality fish. Several 20s, a few 30-pound fish. It's picking up.
3rd and 5. A nice job of stringing that out by McBain as the pitch play results in maybe a couple of yard loss. That's going to bring up a longer 4th down here. I have a feeling Morley's going to kick and make it a long field with only 3:13 to go. Maybe not, though. Only because, they're down.
Right.
What would you do, Jim?
Yeah, I think I would try to punt it down there and make McBain work for it, and then try to get the ball back.
The thing about
we'll
Morley
see.
is they don't seem to have a big passing game. As we see a new formation right here. As Tripp's coming to our side. We'll see what Underhill's able to do. He rolls to this side. He's got nobody open. Makes a few guys miss, and Bonico brings him down. I tell you what, Bonico gets credit for the tackle, but that number 4 out there for McBain, which is Cade Brown, he kind of blew that up, missed the tackle.
Yep.
Somebody else missed the tackle. Brown was right there again. Nice team defense.
Absolutely. There was a coverage sack. If I tell you, the receivers were all covered tight by McBain, and Morley just didn't have anybody to throw to, and he tried to buy some time by dancing back there, but eventually it caught up to him.
Okay, we're going to get a quick replay of that. And you can see Underhill dancing around, and like you said, Jim, great call on the coverage sack there. And then right off of that, kind of a typical thing. I think you see a little letdown by the Morley defense.
Yep.
And a huge run by Logan Vandenbos as he picks up 35 yards all the way down inside the 10 again. Here goes McBain. 3-yard line, 1st and 10. McBain hoping to push it in and end this game. No gain, maybe a loss right there. Number 69, Jim, on that tackle.
Gage Wright.
Gage Wright.
Good penetration. Yeah, Dan, I think that last big run was a letdown on Morley's part, but got to give credit to the play calling there. That was a great play.
And certainly that offensive line of McBain, as they had a monster hole opened up there for Rodenbaugh.
Well, I think either you or I could have run through that hole on that one.
I don't know if I could have. I'm a little too old for that now. Tackled in there by number 24, and we call his name a bunch. That's Jason Vielik, and number 44, Alex Jensen. So McBain just eating clock. We got to stop and play here. Did we get a timeout call? Oh, no, it's just a player coming out. I think we had a little injury right there. Daniel Rodenbaugh, so that's going to change up who's quarterbacking McBain at a key point in the game here. So who's coming in now?
Vandenbos just came back in for McBain.
This looks like number 2.
Camphouse.
Justin Camphouse. He's going to take this all-important quarterback position over with 1:24 to go as McBain is down to their 3rd quarterback of the game right now, Jim. And he's going to score. How about that? Wow. Senior Justin Camphouse with a 2-yard TD run here late in the 4th quarter, probably to seal the victory. He's going to come to the coaches saying, hey, I need to run this position.
Yeah.
I got it figured out, Coach.
He had a big hole to run in
He
the
did
right
a
side of
nice
the
job
line.
by that right side of the line. Good call, Jimmy.
They had all kinds of space. The 2-point conversion is unsuccessful.
With 1:12 to go, McBain does have a 9-point lead, 12-3 over the Morley Stanwood Mohawks. Well, this is it's an interesting kind of a ball game. Did we get a replay of the touchdown? I hear that we do, so let's watch quarterback Justin Camphouse here do what he gets to do. All right. Nice run, Justin Camphouse. Way to come in at a really a tough spot when you haven't played quarterback yet this season in a ball game. And we'll have to check on Gavin Seelan. He started tonight's game at quarterback. Played about a quarter and a half, and then Rodenbaugh came in. Daniel, that is, number 20. He got injured right at the end of that last drive. And then Justin Camphouse comes in, and certainly for McBain, Jim, heading into that big Lake City matchup next week, that probably would be a big concern.
Absolutely. These guys are getting banged up here tonight. It's been a physical game. The score really indicates it's just been a physical battle on both sides of the ball.
George Brown kicking off, and number 20, 22, Drew Jensen back there.
Looks like he's going to squib it again, Dan.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely keeping it away from the deep threats of Morley here. Those are hard to field.
Oh,
You get a number on that tackle? That was a truck.
that was a truck.
Number 20, Galen Dillery, the ball carrier, tackled by number 75, Owen Monaco.
We hear the PA announcer tell us that was Owen Bonico with that tackle.
That was a big stick.
It'll be first down and 10 for the Mohawks. Ball will be placed on the 37-yard.
1:08 to go. You're watching 26 Sports on NC's. Let me get that right, everybody. I apologize. My tongue is getting a little tired here tonight. Long day for 26 Sports and CCTV. You're watching high school football from McBain. Ramblers with a comfortable 9-point lead late in the game here.
That was a big read by Camphouse. He came in off the right side and took the sweep right away. That was a strong play.
So a couple of plays after scoring a touchdown, Justin comes in and makes a huge defensive play. And a big round of applause from the McBain crowd here tonight. Under 40 seconds to go. And it looks like McBain is going to even their record at 1-1, and Morley's record will drop to the same 1-1. Second down and 12 here. Nowhere to go right there. Boy, I tell you what, that big stop by McBain about 3 minutes ago just took the wind out of the Mohawks' sail, Jim.
Yeah, that's
that
for sure.
Fourth down stop. Understandable.
Absolutely.
It's our high school kids, everybody, and, ebbs and flow of momentum are very much evident in high school sports and young kids this age.
Yep.
So we've got 14 seconds to go. Want to let everybody know that after the conclusion of the game, we'll take a short commercial break, and then Jim and I will come back with a little post-game wrap-up. This is a different quarterback here for McBain. For Morley. That was Kalen Dillery, and he had a pretty good arm on that.
He sure did.
That ball almost squirted through Verberkmos' hands into the waiting arms of Morley's number 14. That Dodge, James Dodge?
Yep.
Maybe that's number 44. It's hard to see that number. I think that might have been Alex Jensen, number 44, that intended receiver. 7 seconds to go now. Once again, Dillery takes that back. And that one is off the hands of Drew Jensen, and then off the hands of Garrett Verberkmos. 1.7 to go.
Oh, my goodness.
This is where you need that guy over there in Green Bay to sling the ball up. Aaron Rodgers, he's kind of a miracle worker over there.
That's for sure.
Unfortunately for my Detroit Lions. This will be the final play of the game. McBain's going to take a knee here. I would assume, with 1.7 to go. And he does. Nice job by both teams not to get a little carried away there.
That's right.
Well, so that'll bring the final score to 12-3. McBain Ramblers with a big, hard-fought victory here. Jim and I will be right back, everybody, after the commercial break, and we'll do a little wrap-up for you.